It's Madden NFL 22, and today's clash of conferences is just moments away. It's the Bolts and the football team coming up next.
We are just inside the Beltway, about 10 miles east of the Capitol Dome as we come to you from FedEx Field here in Landover. Straight ahead, we've got a good one on tap here between the Los Angeles Chargers and the Washington football team. The kicker, Dustin Hopkins, set to get this one going. And we are underway from FedEx Field. DeAndre Carter returning it. And he's up past the 20 to the 22-yard line. So out comes the Washington offense onto the field. They'll be led out by the man from Old Dominion, at quarterback, the 28-year-old Taylor Heineke.
Let's face it, you don't see too many Old Dominion alums suiting up under center in the NFL. And in fact, Taylor Heineke, the first ODU quarterback to suit up for a regular season game, not to mention doing well in the playoffs. This guy's an absolute fighter. Fought for every chance he's had in this league. Attitude, determination, those carry over to his teammates very well.
They'll run for the first time with Antonio Gibson. And he's going to take this ahead for right around 3 yards, but no more than that. Second down.
Not a lot of running room there. Not a place to make a cut and kind of exit out because they had everything bottled up. Looked to me like the linemen were taking on their blocks really well and giving up no creases.
2nd and 6. No, scratch that. 2nd and 7. Gibson here running out of the gun. Breaks the tackle. He's got room to run. And he is into the end zone for a Washington touchdown. Antonio Gibson, 75 yards. And Washington has taken a first quarter lead. The CD, I mean, there are touchdown runs and then there are touchdown runs. And that one certainly fell into the latter category. And that deserves a couple exclamation points.
And the thing that stood out to me was his ability to continue through the initial contact. How many times do we see runners get slowed up and not get what they can on a run because of that first contact? But he kept the compass pointing in the right direction, kept the legs churning, and turned this into a huge play.
And he covered a lot of ground on that one, as evidenced by the final total there on Next Gen Stats. Joey Sly now to kick off after the touchdown. Roberts electing not to try it, and this will come out to the 25. Here are the Chargers ready to go on offense, led by their first-round pick in 2020, the man out of Oregon, Justin Herbert.
And I'll bet he's talking to his guys about resisting the temptation to try and turn this into an up-and-down game, almost like basketball, where both teams press, and one team gets an advantage, our team's trying to run with them, and they're just not equipped for it. Doesn't matter whether you're equipped or not. Just settle in, get calm before you go for the big strikes.
Herbert and the Chargers now with a 1st and 10 at their 25-yard line. And this will be a gain of 5 as he gets it to the 30.
Brandon, 5 yards on that run. Let's get back to the huddle and make sure if you're a back, you spend time with your offensive line and give them credit. Hard to move those 300-plus pounders at the line of scrimmage, and they did for a significant chunk of yardage.
The first down run got 5. Here's 2nd and 5. Herbert now. And this is caught. First catch for Keenan Allen. The 20. And all the way in for a Charger touchdown. Keenan Allen, 70 yards. And the Chargers are an extra point away from tying this thing up.
And, Charles, when you talk about Keenan Allen, you're not necessarily usually talking about that crazy top-end speed, but he does a great job there with the ball in his hands.
Extra point good by Hopkins.
And that will tie our score here in this opening quarter of play.
Each team's had it. Each team has scored. 7-7 here as the kick's away. Here's Carter now on the return. And a decent return out to the 27-yard line. Now Washington going to retake the field for drive number 2. And for them, a touchdown their last go-around. Obviously, they'll be hoping to do that again.
And when you start plotting for this drive, when you start thinking to yourself, okay, what are we going to do? You don't go away from what you did before because that worked, but you have to be prepared for wrinkles and counters because you know they'll make some adjustments.
A first down throw for Heineke. That's complete. Terry McLaurin with it. And he's going to get a solid gain of 9 before being brought down. Second and right at a yard.
One thing you're hoping for when you run drag routes, you're able to hit a receiver in stride, and he can pick up a lot of yardage after the catch. But in this situation, the defense was effective, able to stop him before he could get a good head of steam going.
And they go play action. Now Heineke. Got a man open. It's Ricky Seals-Jones. And they'll get this well past midfield before being stopped just before the 35.
Second and short, that's a rundown, so it's definitely a good time to go play action if you're feeling it. And they do so and pick up a first down.
So from Charger territory now, here's a 1st and 10 at the 37-yard line. Here's a give to Gibson. And not a whole lot of room to operate there on the first down run. He gets maybe 3.
Well, there's just a pile of bodies there, and that's when you kind of find out who's a tough guy, right? Who can stand up and make a play. It was only a 3-yard run, but for both sides, they had to walk away from that feeling like, okay, I can stand up when the going gets tough in here.
On second down, here's Gibson again. And that'll hurt the average a bit as this time they're able to get him behind the line. It goes as a loss of 6. And now 3rd down.
An interesting and intriguing decision there defensively because they kept extra DBs on the field despite seeing the multiple tight end look that came out for the offense.
I thought they were going to switch out of it. I didn't know if they felt they didn't have time or what the case was.
Well, in any event, the extra speed allowed for great penetration as they stuffed that one behind the line of scrimmage.
Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. It's incomplete. Took a shot, couldn't connect.
Well, they've got man coverage on the outside, and my scouting report on these DBs tells me that they love to take matters in their own hands. They want man coverage, not zone. And there was good coverage there that forced the incompletion.
So coming on now is the field goal unit. They're going to try for 3, and he'll need all the leg he's got here. They'll spot it at the 47, so call it a 57-yard attempt.
Was a kicker from that distance, 56, 57 yards. So many things you got to worry about, but I am a little surprised he didn't get it there.
Yeah, with the way kickers are nowadays, we're surprised anything under 65 that it doesn't get at least to the crossbar. But remember this, you have to drive it a little bit lower in order to make that distance, and you also have to be worried about the interior rush that they can get their hands on it. So that's why those stronger kickers nowadays who can pop it up in the air and still travel and carry it, that's what you're looking for.
Chargers in good field position to start out. 1st and 10 on their side of midfield at the 47. Out of the gun, Herbert. And he cannot avoid the pressure as the Washington pass rush gets home. The DN, Jonathan Allen, making sure his presence is felt. He seemed to have a reasonable amount of time in the pocket, but he couldn't get rid of the football, and the end result, Charles, him on the ground.
Yeah, he's got to keep an internal clock to go along with his offensive line. When you're talking about 3, 4, 5 seconds, that's a reasonable amount of time to expect to deliver the ball downfield. So great to try and complete a pass, but it's equally important to know when to throw the football away, too.
On 2nd down, Eckler. And some space here. And he'll get it down here to the 43. 7-7, our score after 1. Charger football to start quarter number 2, as they've got it with a 3rd down and less than a yard. Now Herbert with it, looking to pass. And complete, right side to Cook. And he is going to have the Chargers 1st down, and he'll have it by plenty as they're able to keep the drive alive on 3rd and inches. Got to say, I was a little surprised to see him, Charles, come out in the shotgun on 3rd and less than a yard.
Yeah, but the way the NFL is nowadays, we hardly ever see anyone really run for it on short yardage. So they're going to throw the football more times than not. That was a nice, easy rhythm throw right there, and they pick up the 1st down.
Running on 1st down, Eckler. And a solid run down inside the 30. 8 yards on the pickup, and now they'll have some options on 2nd and short.
This drive is turning into an extended one, and the guy carrying the ball, he's becoming more like a body blows guy. Every carry is putting some damage on the defense. So after a while, I'm not too sure how many guys are going to want to run up and tackle him.
Eckler going to get it again on 2nd down. And inside the 20 before he's brought down. 42 yards rushing for him now. He's only carried the ball 4 times.
Partner, in our years together, we've never really run into a player that's admitted a doubt or a lack of confidence, right? But right now, I'm just wondering about that interior line, because on defense, they're starting to get manhandled at the point of attack. Do they have it in them to figure a way to reverse the tide? Because right now, they're running the ball at will.
Herbert operating from the red zone. That one almost intercepted, but it's incomplete. Not a good throw there, and it'll be 2nd down.
To this point, I've been impressed with the work defensively. They have not allowed a lot of receivers to run free. And there's another example, another incompletion.
2nd and 10. Herbert will give this one to Eckler. He gets it forward for 4, maybe 5, but the flags fly. And this one could be coming back. That one whistled against a big right tackle.
You'd think being able to fire out and block would be a lot easier to not commit a holding penalty, but it's tough to keep those guys right in front, isn't it?
Now they face a 2nd and long following the holding penalty. Out of the gun, Eckler running it. Oh, look at the juke. A strong broken tackle on that one. And then they get him to the ground just shy of the 15. 8 yards here, so that gets him back within striking distance. And now it's 3rd down. it's Herbert. And that is incomplete.
Tight defense there on third down, but what a product of good coaching and even better execution, because he realized he's in field goal range. No sense forcing anything, and he made sure he didn't.
The Chargers will bring out the field goal unit now. A 33-yarder from the left hash. Hopkins' kick is good. And they take the lead here now at 10-7. So a good kick there, and they put the bow tie on it with 3 points.
And let's face it, everybody wants a touchdown. We know that. But in the NFL, defenses are awfully good. You're not going to score each and every time. Be able to knock the ball through the post and take the 3.
By the way, I said bow tie. I meant just bow. Not the tie, but yeah.
Either way.
You got it.
I just went right past it.
Following the made field goal for 3, Hopkins now to kick it off. Here's Carter now on the return. And able to get this out to the 25. Antonio Gibson and the Washington offense ready to go here once more. Now, the ground game's been good, but they're losing here in the second quarter. Can they use that ground game maybe to work the air attack a little bit more?
I think so, because now you can throw play action off of being able to run the ball effectively. And oftentimes you might want to just swing your back out of the backfield and get the ball in his hands in open space. And just don't get totally away from running it, because some of these runs now, they may pop bigger as the game goes along.
Yeah, they've been good with a run so far. Heineke on first down. They'll find his tight end, Seals Jones. Yeah, this will be a gain of 5 as he gets it to the 30. A reminder, coming up in a couple of minutes' time, we'll pay a visit to Jonathan Coachman, the coach in our EA Sports studios. They'll have a look back. Chargers able to get the pressure and bring him down. The Chargers going to signal for the first of their timeouts. So as they take it over, we step aside. Now after the sack, Heineke and the Washington offense going to face a tough 3rd and long. On 3rd down, here's Gibson. And he will get him down a couple yards shy of the first down marker. A nice tackle coming up from his free safety spot. So on 4th down, Washington going to call on Tress Way to punt it away. Back deep here, Andre Roberts. And he'll get this away into the icy winter air. Call that a 46-yard punt with a net of 40 on the 6-yard return. And it'll be Charger football here as they take over. Austin Eckler and the Charger offense reclaim center stage. He's over 40 yards here in the second quarter. Been nice and effective for them, hasn't he?
He has definitely been dependable, and really shouldn't underestimate what he's getting done here, because anytime you're on a pace that's going to approach 100 yards, you've really done some damage in an NFL game.
And now he's looking just to add to his totals. On 1st down, Justin Herbert finds the open man. It's Mike Williams. And they nearly get this all the way to midfield. Mark him down at the 49.
So many times in my career, I've heard coaches talk about completions are one thing, but as long as we're there at the catch and we get guys on the ground, we can live with that. But if you're going to give up 10, 12, 15 yards after the catch, then your defense is going to be in a lot of trouble.
Meanwhile, Herbert's throw going into the hands of Williams. And he is tackled inside the 40, not quite to the 35.
When the hitch route is run really well, that jab step off the line of scrimmage by the receiver, which is designed to back up the defender and give him a little bit of space, all you want there, get that space, catch the football, and then make a move and pick up extra yardage. And that's exactly what he got done there.
He's going to look for Allen now on the deep ball. Touchdown, Chargers. Keenan Allen. 2 catches, 2 touchdowns here so far. And the Chargers are going to add on to their lead.
And that's certainly an important score right there because they gave themselves a 2-score cushion heading towards halftime. Now you got to force the other team out of their comfort zone, and it changes the way you approach the second half as well. How you want to do things on offense, and your defense feels much better too, having that lead.
Hopkins with the extra point, and his guys will take a 10-point lead. Following the touchdown, Dustin Hopkins will kick it away. DeAndre Carter now from his end zone. And that decision to bring it out ends up not being a good one. Cost him about 5 yards as he's tackled at the 20. Washington going to go on offense one last time in this first half. And they've got less than 30 seconds to go here, so not a lot of time to work with. Under 30 seconds to go. We'll see how they play it here on 1st and 10. To throw is Heineke. That's out to the flat for Gibson. And he'll get this up past the 25 before he's out of bounds. So the completion good for 7 there. And that'll make this a 2nd down.
Just about every quarterback is trained to really look downfield first before you come back and make a nice, safe throw. And in this case, that's exactly what he did. Found his running back, let him create some space, and it turned out to be a nice play for the offense.
To throw again on 2nd down. Heineke throwing over the middle, and it's incomplete.
A lot of times it's that first read that you had. Maybe you get it in pre-snap, and he locked in on his target, but he was covered quite well, and that one's incomplete.
So the incomplete pass on the last play, and that leads us to a 3rd and 3. This time they stay on the ground. And they're able to get this one across the 35. And Washington now going to use the first of their 3 timeouts as they'll stop it with 14 seconds to go in this first half. So from the 36 now, 1st and 10.
Watch the run. 44, Mike, 44.
Heineke now. And he'll be hit as he releases it, and that'll fall incomplete.
I think he's got to be careful not to force anything into coverage right there. There weren't really any throwing lanes, but the best part for him, he's got 2nd and 3rd down to fall back on.
Here's 2nd and 10. Play action now. Here's Heineke. And it's incomplete. Took a shot, couldn't connect.
Certainly no lack of aggressiveness here. They were hoping for the home run play to get them 6 points. They're hoping for a catch, maybe a call, but they figure they can at least get into field goal range with a completion.
Final play of the half here. Heineke. slings this deep from McLaurin. And unable to connect. Incomplete. I'll give them credit. They took their shot, but it's going to bring up 4th down. So we have reached halftime. Intermission with the visiting Chargers on top. As we'll send you down the coast now to Orlando, that's where we find Jonathan Coachman, ready with our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach.
First, though, let's run through the next-gen stats for the Chargers in that first half. And the ground game has been a big part of why they have this big lead. And you have to figure they'll lean on it a little bit more in the 3rd and 4th quarters. Meanwhile, for Washington, we take a look there at the numbers for them running the football in that first half.
All right, Coach, thank you, and we welcome everyone back for quarter number 3. So the Chargers will start the second half with the lead and the football as we're underway in the 3rd quarter. And Roberts choosing not to bring this one out. Getting set to go again here on offense, Keenan Allen marches back onto the field. And these highlights here showcasing the solid game he's had.
Well, someone woke up and felt good about themselves today, didn't they? I have to feel that he came into this one with the idea that, yeah, I can do this. Whether it's preparation, reading the film, whatever it was, it's paying off in a big way as we watch this one unfold.
Yeah, 2 touchdowns, over 100 yards already. The Charger drive about to get going. And Charles, they've got the lead. Put your coaching hat on here now. What's the game plan for the second half?
I think getting the running game going a little bit more, because I thought in the first half they didn't get it moving the way that they would like. They had success throwing it, but I think these first couple of drives, they'll want to get those running backs going and give them more opportunities, and I will guarantee you that those guys were lobbying for them in the locker room at halftime.
And just a yard to go here on 2nd down. Once more, here's Eckler. And he'll be brought down shy of the 40 at the 38-yard line.
Well, you certainly have to give a little credit here because they're playing this game now at their pace. This is ball control football, sustained runs, taking their time and making it work.
So here's a 1st and 10 at the 38. On the give, this is Eckler. And he'll maneuver his way forward for about 4. 2nd and 6.
Well, on every play call, you realize it's not going to go for a touchdown. So a lot of your calls are setting things up for maybe later in the game, trying to establish the inside run with toughness now, hopefully get to the perimeter later. And let's face it, you could do worse than a 4-yard run on 1st down.
They'll run out of the gun with Eckler. And not much there at all. Maybe a yard up to the 43.
Defensively, we always know that he is tough in run support, and I think the way that he gets there is he understands what an offense is going to do before the ball's even snapped. A great job of scouting prior to the game, then reading, reacting, and taking the right path to the ball carrier.
From the shotgun, here's Herbert. He's going to loft one deep left side here. And a high throw there as this is knocked away, down to the ground and incomplete.
There is something to a game plan with trying to keep a defense honest. With a guy with that type of speed, you do so. Send him deep, try and throw some air under it, and hope you connect downfield. On that play, they were unsuccessful.
Here's Ty Long now. And the way this offense has moved the ball, he hasn't been needed till here in the 3rd. It'll be a 39-yard punt, no return. And the Washington offense will be backed up to start this drive as they've got it 1st and 10. First possession of the second half now for Washington. And their defense did its job by forcing the punt to start things out. And now, Charles, can the offense get in gear?
I think, partner, you can sense them saying, okay, the first half was theirs, but now let's get the momentum back on our side. We forced a punt. Now let's go downfield and score. If we do that, we'll be set up well for this second half.
Here's a 1st and 10 at the 14-yard line.
49, guys.
Now Heineke. That's caught. It's DeAndre Carter. And he'll be out of bounds right around the 20. A gain of 6 there on first. They should have gotten more out of that, though. He was wide open.
I love how emphatic you are with that call because that's exactly what I was thinking. Wide open in the flat. Give him a ball that he can use to get upfield with, not just catch and go over the sideline. They cost themselves some yardage there.
On second down, a run with Gibson. And they'll bring him down at the 27-yard line. 101 yards for him on the ground now as he has been terrific here this afternoon.
Man, these guys may not win this ball game, but you certainly can't fault the effort of this man here today. He's been a real thorn in their sides all afternoon. And that last carry puts him over the 100-yard mark.
Heineke now looking to throw on first down. Oh, into a sea of defenders and intercepted. Picked off by Asante Samuel Jr. And he brings this one back. It's a pick 6 and a Charger TD.
It goes without saying, but I'm going to say it anyway. That's a ball he would like to have back, and it lands right in the lap of the defender from there. He doesn't have very far to go before he gets to the end zone, and he got there in a hurry.
Here's Hopkins now for the extra point. And that'll make this a 3-score game as the lead moves to 17. So the defense creating some points, not only getting the interception, but then returning it to the end zone for the pick 6. So they throw the pick 6. They'll get another shot at it now as this one's in the air. Here's Carter now on the return. And he will make it to the 20-yard line and no further.
Let's go.
Now we get another look at Washington on offense. And here we are almost through 3 quarters of play, and this passing game still has not really found any kind of rhythm.
Put it mildly, because they're not even over 100 yards yet. And in today's NFL, where it's a pass-first league, that is quite surprising. Not many teams patient enough to stick with the run. Everybody wants to advance the ball through the air. They've got to get their timing back.
You got nothing.
After the pick 6, they go right back to the air. And this will be incomplete. Physical play on the football there, and it's second down.
When you run in the slant, timing is everything, and against that man coverage, there was no space available, and incompletion as a result.
In the third quarter here in D.C., a 2nd and 10 upcoming. Heineke to throw it. He's going to sling this deep downfield. And got his man complete. And he'll take this to the other side of midfield before going out of bounds. A big play that time through the air. 31 yards.
A lot of running backs in the passing game, they're just used to check it down to them or maybe dump off passes. But this guy, they use him to stretch the field, don't they?
He stretched it right there, turned it into a really nice game. So the line of scrimmage moves all the way across the 50 now as they come up 1st and 10. Throwing, Heineke. And that's caught left side, Seals Jones with it. And he's going to be out of bounds, but not before he takes it inside the 40.
And And this was a nice example of an offensive coordinator scheming his guy open. Just a little underneath route, just trying to free up some space, and it worked awfully well. Got him not just space, but plenty of room to run after the catch to pick up really nice yardage.
Here we go.
On 1st and 10, Heineke. Throw right side complete to Carter. 5 yards on the catch there, brings up 2nd down.
Never make the mistake that the slot receivers, especially the little guys like we're watching here, are just quicker than fast. A lot of them combine quickness and speed, and they catch a lot of footballs, as we just saw there.
And that is going to do it for this 3rd quarter of action. We'll return with more after this. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. Back now at FedEx Field. It's Washington with the football, but trailing here as we begin quarter number 4. Second and 5.
Heavy on the edges, heavy on the edges. 49.
Now Heineke. Looking for McLaurin, and he's got him. And he's brought to the ground with another 1st down at the Chargers' 20-yard line. Hard to believe his first catch of the game defensively. They bottled him up. That's why they're well on their way to victory.
Put your best cover guy on him and then change the coverages behind him throughout the game. Brackets, double, zone, man, you name it. Make sure he gets a lot of angles.
From the red zone now, they'll look to throw. And that is caught, but he will come down out of bounds, says the side judge, incomplete.
We've seen that the deep ball's been a part of their game plan all afternoon, but they've had trouble hooking up on it, unable to successfully find the end zone over the top.
Ron Rivera scowling down on the sideline, and he's thrown out the red challenge flag. So the decision to challenge does not pan out, and that's also going to cost him a timeout. After the incompletion, here's 2nd and 10 from the 20. From the shotgun, it's Heineke. That's going to be caught by Samuel. He'll get only 3 there, so it leaves him with a 3rd and 7 ahead. To the air again, Heineke. To the end zone, but it's incomplete.
This defense was definitely alert to the possibility of the deep ball, and they were more than ready for it.
They've got the lead, 4th quarter. Maybe can expect more passes like that downfield. All right, they're going to try and keep hope alive here on 4th down. They're going for it. As expected, they're going for it to keep the drive alive. That's going to be knocked away and incomplete. Ron Rivera, the gambling type, but he comes up empty here. And the Charger defense stands tall, and they get the football back. So the defense has to stay out and get one more stop. They were able to do it, forcing the incompletion.
So on their record, that goes down as a successful play. It doesn't matter how they got there, how it happened. They got it done. They're the ones that are jubilant.
The Charger drive about to get going. Been a very strong performance for them, really, on both sides of the football. The turnover on downs, the most recent example, and now, obviously, they're in a great spot here.
Yeah, if you're over on the bench right now, you're shaking hands with your teammate, you're hugging him, give him a little dap. Been a big, big performance for them. Now you just don't get careless. Take care of the ball on the way out.
Officially nothing on that last run. They'll try again, 2nd and 10. So that'll back him up 5. And now after the delay of game, they're operating behind the sticks, 2nd and 15. It's Eckler again. And a penalty flag down as he gets only about a yard. And let's listen in on the call. You need your wide receivers as blockers. Sometimes they get a hold.
The big runs are often a result of what they do on the perimeter. In this case, got caught holding, and this one will come back.
Now after the holding call, here's 2nd and 20. They'll try and run some clock here as they keep it on the ground. And he's going to be taken down shy of the 10, right around the 9-yard line. They get 2 yards back, but they're going to need a lot more than that here on 3rd down.
Now, that's a mountain of a man that just made that stop, isn't it? But he's more than that. This guy's nimble and quick. More than a space eater, he just made a great play there.
Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. And this is going to be incomplete.
Well, the fans should be applauding this defense right now. It's an excellent job. They force a 3 and out, and they should be able to set up their guys with great field position, probably near midfield or better.
Here's Ty Long now as the drive goes backwards, so he's on to punt it away. On the return, Carter. Down under 2 minutes to go in this football game.
Let's go. Let's go.
So it's Washington with the football here as we welcome you back. They've got a 1st and 10 as they search for a late score. Here's a throw to his running back. It's complete. And a 5-yard gain gets him to the 42. One thing I think that's safe to say defensively, the tackling's been really good.
And because of that, it's been very, very hard for them to move the ball because you're not getting the benefits of run after catch. They're tackling them almost on the spot. That means you have to run extra plays, harder to move it.
Now left side, a completion to his tight end. And brought down, but not before they're inside the 25.
This defense has certainly had an outstanding second half, haven't they? I know they just gave up the first down there for the offense. They're hoping that that's something that they can jumpstart with and maybe start to move the ball a little bit better. But it's been tough sledding for them here the entire second half.
He's going to drop this one down to Gibson. And he'll get it down this time to the 17. That's good. The completion there for 7 yards. And that'll bring up 2nd down.
And we see another pitch and catch there to the running back. This position just continues to evolve. They become just as critical to the passing attack as a lot of receivers, tight ends, because their ability to make people miss in the open field can really generate big plays for an offense.
Over the middle, he gets it to Gibson. And this won't be enough to pick up the first. A gain of 2, 3rd and 1.
That might feel like a little bit of a lost opportunity there for the offense because the defense brought pressure that time. And sometimes against that, you can get out to your running back, and it can turn into a big gain downfield. But what a nice job they did getting to him quickly and holding him to a short gain.
And they'll throw again. Heineke. Got an open man, finds Gibson. And they corral him just a couple yards shy of the end zone. And a timeout comes in. The whistles blow with 3 seconds remaining. One last shot now for Heineke. And that throw behind his man. He missed him. Incomplete.
At this point in the game, they've got to continue to try anything they can. They're still working at it, even though this one feels like a lost cause.
Second and goal, and they will try again from the 2-yard line. One final shot. They'll look to throw. Nowhere to go here. He lost the football and picked up by the Chargers. And that will write a finish to this ball game. So this one's over. It's in the win column for the L.A. Chargers. And, you know, it wasn't a shutout. They did give up the points in the first quarter, but second, third, and fourth quarter, they held them scoreless.
Brandon, if you throw a shutout for quarters 2, 3, and 4, you're going to win a lot of games in this league. And this felt a lot like, almost like if you say baseball, and the pitcher goes through the lineup the first time and the hitters get to see him, and then they come out after that and the bats start blazing, right? I think they saw their best stuff in the first quarter and just shut everything down from that.